Thank you for purchasing the RetroPie 4 gaming console. This video is to show how to do a setup, and we'll just do a brief tour of what it looks like on boot up. So basically, this is for the 4 gigabyte version. We have our two controllers set up. Player 1 would be the top left USB, player 2 the bottom left USB. Come on the side here. You're going to put your micro HDMI input into the one closest to the power. There is another one here. I did put a little piece of black tape on it so you don't confuse the two. So again, you want to just make sure you're in the one that you see available, which is next to the power. Sorry about the lighting, it's a little dark in here. Okay, then you have your power. It also has an on-off switch. Again, player 1 the top left USB, player 2 the bottom. Okay, what we're going to do is first just give it one click on the power cord, firmly pushing in all the way. It will start up the console. You want to be in your HDMI input before, and you're going to get that little indicator on your screen. You do have the RetroPie logo pop up. And then you want to give it about 20 to 30 seconds. It's going to go dark, but you'll see the green light inside will flash every now and then. Okay, then we have loading of the emulation station. All right, now you're on your main menu. So this is your full game list, 12,139 games. You can go to any one. I'm just going to go through them here. For a couple select games such as Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast, Daytona USA, you will need to use an analog stick, so that's not included with this. So you need to purchase or have a controller that has an analog stick. And this is also going to apply for some of the Nintendo 64 games and PlayStation 1 games as well. Okay, going to show you that the system has been overclocked. So we'll do that in the options. When you power down, you don't want to use this power button here. I'm going to do a proper shutdown, so I'll show you how to do that the right way. And in the options, we're going to go here. If you do not like this background music, you can simply disable it here. I'll just show you. It's just basically one click, and you're going to just go down to hit 1 and disable background music. We're not going to do it. I'm going to leave it on for now. So I'm just going to exit. It's only in the menu screens. You'll hear the music repeat. We do have the Bezel project installed. Bluetooth settings, if you want to go wireless. Okay, so ES themes are, if you have your console online, are going to be other themes to make your menu look and appear different. I'd be careful on which ones you try to download. There are probably a couple hundred, maybe I'll say here. A lot of them are not going to work properly with the Raspberry Pi 4, so the one currently on works the best, I feel. There are a few others that are pre-installed that you can also play with, but downloading any other ones, and that also goes for the Hursty themes as well. There's a guy that makes them, so just be careful. If you download them, you can run into issues. Videos may not play properly, may not look right, so I would stick to the ones that you have on. You do have Nintendo 64 settings, and now you're overclocking. Just to show you that this has been overclocked. These are your settings. I overclocked it to 2000, which is the max. So I'm going to, and it will give you a warning sign. Make sure when you're overclocking, your Pi will get hot. It won't with this case due to having this massive fan. And there are also 4 heat sinks installed, one of them being a giant one literally over the CPU. So that keeps everything nice and cool. And we'll do a temperature test. Gonna hit A, and then we're gonna go down to 7, which is gonna show the detailed info. And in here, it's gonna show you what we're now at 2000. Stock is 1500. And we're running 36 degrees Celsius, which is really cool. I've never seen it go above 40, and that's with playing for hours and hours on end, playing a lot of PlayStation 1 games, Dreamcast games. It really never got above 40. To do a live temperature test, I'm just going to hit 6, and that's going to run through a series of tests down here, which is basically checking the temperatures of the CPU and GPU. And as you can see, we're running between 35 to 37. So it's gonna do 14 tests. Once it's done, it will exit back out by itself. Okay, so everything's overclocked and running good. Exit out. You have some other options. Just be careful on if you switch anything else around. If you have any questions before anything, let me know, and then I'll be happy to help. Okay, right now the system on boot up is set for just a splash screen, which is what you saw briefly in the beginning, which is just a simple Raspberry Pi splash screen. There was an intro video I removed. I tend to like just the splash screen. It seems to load up quicker than having to run through a whole video. So we have the RetroPie one on for now. Again, that can always be swapped within these settings here. Okay, and then your Wi-Fi is down here. If you decide to go online with it, you would need a USB keyboard. Any standard USB keyboard would work. You can use the console though without being online at all. So you don't have to go online if you don't want to. Everything will work fine. All right, and let's see, we'll go into, I'm just going to show you one game quick. I'll boot up my favorite, Soul Calibur, for one of my favorites for Dreamcast. This is what our loading screen will look like. It's going to be unique for each one. So as you saw, that one had Dreamcast. Each one will have a different console. If it doesn't have a console, such as arcade, it will have some graphics in there. Okay, so this one's going to have the Dreamcast side to it. Some of the games will have the theme of the game. Some of them will just have the console. And I believe the Nintendo 64 just has the standard black bars on the side. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. I want to give you the sense of what it's running like. Okay, we're going to bypass the intro here.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
I forgot who I used to be with my character. One of these guys. Oh, don't want to cancel. Okay. I'm probably gonna die because I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Okay, so I won actually, with one hand. So the way you exit out of a game, you're basically, and it's going to apply for all your games and systems, is just to hold down start and select, push them in, and that will come back out to here. On the Nintendo 64, a lot of the games are going to run much better than they did on the previous Raspberry Pi 3 or 3B Plus. You'll still notice possibly on some of the more intense games that you're going to have a little bit of lag and a slower frame rate. That's typical with Raspberry Pi. On the 4, with the 4 gigs and the overclocking, will definitely help out. So you may come across a few that are going to be some slowdown as well. But it's, you know, when doing comparison tests compared to this one is right here is a 3B Plus. I mean, you couldn't even play half the games on that one. So the 4 runs it much better. Just going through the list here. Again, this video is coming to about 10 minutes, so I'm going to end it This is going to be packed up and shipped out this morning. So I'm going to do that proper shutdown. And the way to do that, and this is important, when you're done playing, you want to hit start. Brings up this main menu, come down to quit, hit A, then shut down system, once more A, and then a third time, yes. Just coming back here, you're going to see that green light flash. Once it's completely off and it's just solid red, the system then is officially shut off or boot down. But as you can hear, the fan is still running. So I always recommend just clicking it again. It's going to turn off the light and you'll see the fan will stop spinning. All right, so when you're ready to go for next time, you simply just turn it on again and it will go through that loading sequence, about 30 seconds or so, and you'll be good to go for next time. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Thanks.